Hey YouTube friends. This is gonna be kind of a bookend to the video I did a while ago called "Oh my gosh, they actually learned something." If you missed that, I can just flip back through my videos and find that. So I did that video basically just to provide some encouragement, especially to those of us who have students with special needs, and sometimes it feels like they're not grasping, and you wonder, are we ever going to get this? Are they capable? Maybe I'm just asking something that they just aren't able to do. And sometimes we want to give up, and you wonder if anything you're saying is going to stick. Um, so I kind of wanted to do this to give some more encouragement, and I think I will try to make more of these as other achievements happen, and I believe that they will. Um, so with my student, he's in sixth grade, um, but we've always had some problems with things within language arts, writing and just basic language, working types of things. He has autism and a couple of other developmental problems that make it difficult for him to understand. Um, Not only spoken speech, when people are, what people actually mean when they're talking to him and understanding those social cues, but also within writing, where to put punctuation, how to convey what he's thinking and feeling into written word. That was, oh my gosh, like pulling teeth. And I went through those thoughts, like, maybe I'm just asking something he can't do. Maybe he will never be able to do this. And we've been told by a doctor, like, well, he may never catch on. But at the same time, I know my brother, and even though I have those times when I think, is this ever gonna happen? I I know that he can do it. I know he can do it. And so we sometimes we have to back up and take a break and just start over. Sometimes, we just have to push a little harder. And um, within writing, like I said in a couple of my other videos, at the beginning of our homeschooling, and it'll be a month next, not a month, it'll be a year next month that we've been homeschooling. And at the beginning, um, he would not even, I had trouble even getting him to write a couple sentences for me. And when he did, the punctuation was in the middle of the sentence. The capitalizations, if there were any at all, were wrong. The way he was writing was wrong, as far as the way the letters looked. Um, and so it was a struggle, and we've been working on it and working on it, and I want to give him just immense amounts of credit because he works so hard to get this. Um, and the last few weeks, I would say month and a half or so, his writing has become noticeably better. Much, much better. It's like we hit, when you're running or you're exercising and you hit the wall, and then suddenly once you get over it, like you get that new wind. And I feel like that's kind of what's happened. Like we had hit a wall and we didn't know if we were going to get through it. But something happened, and I thank the Lord, because I didn't know if we were ever going to get any further than this. But he started to get so much better. The punctuation marks were at the end of the sentence instead of in the middle. Capitalizations are, where they're supposed to be. And he was writing more than just one or two very broken sentences. They were full, complete thoughts. And I was just breathing so much easier. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And then one day, when we really, I mean, things are already improving, but it was, a few weeks ago, and where we live, I mean, it's cold now, but it was kind of warm. And I said, if you want to, you can take that outside with you, because I tried to give him get as much of the distractions away as possible. And he seems to like being outdoors. He likes nature. Um, so I let him go outside, and he took his reading work, and he took his writing work. And he was out there for a while, and he came back in, and he had written like the best paragraph he's ever written. So I just started letting him do it all the time. Like, okay, you can go outside and write if you want to, and it got better and better and better. And last week we're on, and I've got his work right here, and this is his workbook. We're on the last um, activity in our Spectrum Writing Workbook, and we started this last year. We didn't work on it over the summer. We started in November last year, and then, we took our summer break, and then we finished it up this year. We're getting ready to start the next one. So our last activity is a story. Now, throughout these other activities, again, it has been like pulling teeth for it to get even a paragraph. So it was too cold to go outside, and and we've done some work on character and plot and stuff like that, and I was wondering, is he getting it? I don't know. But that's what we've been working on now. It's time to actually write. And I'm looking now because I'm checking the bars on my computer, because it looks like it's getting low, but I want to finish this. So I let him go into the kitchen where it was nice and quiet, and I think he got a cookie and some water or something, and he sat down, and he was there. I forgot about him. I got wrapped up in whatever I was doing. I completely forgot he was in there. He was in there that long, and I thought, did he fall? Did he fall asleep? But he came back with this, and I don't know if you can see this, but this is the entire page is filled up, and the back is completely filled up. He wrote two, and this is not double spaced, you guys. It is completely filled up. He wrote an entire story, and I've only gotten to skim, and I'm going to be editing it in a little bit. But I could jump for joy right now. Like, oh my gosh, this would never have happened had we let him stay in the situation he was in. And I'm not saying that every public school, or even the one he was at, was a horrible place, but for him it was not working. And he was getting ready to be sent to middle school, where they wouldn't have asked. Not only would he not have been able to do this, but they would not have even asked him to do it. And I'm just blown away. I'm blown away, and that gave me so much more hope for the future. That sometimes it is difficult, but you know what? Sometimes you're just hitting a wall, and you need to maybe step away for a second, or maybe you need to break things down a little bit more and work on individual pieces. Maybe you just need to do more review, because this took us months to get periods in the right place, to get capitalizations in the right place, to be able to think past, because for him it's like a barrier for him to communicate the things that, it's not that he doesn't understand a story, but being able to take it from his mind and put it on paper in a way that the reader will be able to understand what's going on. He makes a lot of assumptions, like they already know that it's dark outside, or that the monster is scary, and so he doesn't include all of those things. So it's hard for him to pull out all of the details he needs in order to write. And having good writing skills is so important and indicative of communication skills overall. I think anyway. And man, I was so happy. Not only that, but yesterday, which is the first part of our math test or assessment or whatever, we're at the end of a certain point of math where we've been dealing heavily with estimation, adding and subtracting, all different forms of numbers. And we've been working on it for a long time. I know he is sick of it, but we're at the very last part, and we did the first part, and I wasn't even sure I was going to include this. but into his test because I just didn't think he was going to be ready. We've tried, and it's word problems. We've been trying to do word problems and get them right for so long, and he has gotten to the point where even though he was getting a lot wrong, he didn't want me to help him. He wanted, I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to figure this out. And for just enormous, show of character right there, I think. Just he wants to try it on his own, and I let him do that. And when he makes mistakes, we'll just go over it again. And he did this part at the last part of the section where so he does the page of word problems, and he has to estimate on one. He has to decide whether or not he's adding or subtracting. He has to work with dates and numbers. If somebody was born or got married at this year and they were this old, how old were they, with this other year? And every single problem he got correct. Oh my gosh, I called his mom. I was like, I need to tell you, your son just got every single word problem correct. I was so happy. So I just wanted to give some encouragement to everybody, but especially those who are working with kids with special needs. And sometimes it's not even writing or math. Sometimes it's just getting your kid to write his or her name. You think, are they ever going to get this? Are they even capable of doing this? But getting them to feed themselves, getting them to understand, certain things that a lot of us take for granted. Um, for somebody with special needs, those can be huge hurdles. And I just wanted to give some encouragement to everybody working with your students in homeschool or anywhere, but especially homeschoolers. Um, just keep working at it. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get to their potential. You know them, and some things are difficult, and sometimes you got to move something back a little bit, and maybe focus on something else that you know um, that's a little simpler, and work your way up a little more incrementally. Every kid is different, but don't give up. And you're gonna hit those walls, you're gonna hit those hurdles where you're gonna think, maybe the doctor's right, maybe he's never gonna get it. Um, to that, I submit, I submit Exhibit A. Don't tell me he's not gonna get it. So, yeah, don't give up. You know your kid can do it. And you know that I'm not saying that everybody's gonna be a rocket scientist, everybody's gonna do this or that, but kids have a potential, and that's really what you want to work for. You want them to not miss their potential. You want them to not miss everything that they are capable of, and not to hold back just because some doctor says that um it's not possible. Some doctor or some teacher or some professional tells you that, oh, well, your kid will never do this or that. My mom was told that I would never walk without braces, and I walk today, and I don't have any type of assistance. So just keep working at it. You're doing a good job. Sometimes you get frustrated. Sometimes you want to give up, but don't. Um, so I just wanted to say that. Um, yeah. So I just keep at it, guys. See you later.